If you're like me, maybe you're ready to take your life to the next level. Maybe you're ready for a new chapter and you're ready to reinvent yourself yet again. The thing I've been working on lately for myself is self-esteem. That sounds like a buzzword, but I'm really finding that gets to the heart of what I want to work on in life. It's like, what am I doing in life that makes me feel better about myself, that makes me feel more confident, that builds my self-esteem? What gives me a higher opinion and higher feeling of myself when I do it? It's like, is the way I'm making money, is that building my self-esteem, or is that just kind of selling out? It's like, well, that's the easy way to do it. That's the way I did it last month. That's the way I did it last year. Is the person I'm married to, does that make me feel solid? Does that help me ground myself in my masculinity? Am I feeling like I'm serving the other person? Or am I playing small in that conversation? Is what I'm eating, does that make me feel good about myself? Does smoking or drinking, does that make me feel good about myself? Or is it serving me to be completely sober? In my case, completely sober does serve me, and I'm finding that's a powerful place for me to be. And so I'm just asking some of these questions for you to also take a look at and also kind of flesh out, well, what does it mean when I talk about self-esteem? And that's really what this video is about, is do you feel good about who you are being in the world? Do you get out of bed in the morning, and does that person you're getting out of bed to, does that person inspire you? Does being the person you're being inspire you to get out of bed in the morning? And if it doesn't, no harm, no foul. It's like, that's called a wake-up call. It's like, I'm not really that excited about who I'm being today. I'm not really excited about going to that job today, or I'm not really excited about the way I've been doing my marriage, or I'm not very excited about the way I'm taking care of my body. So maybe it's time for a change, and like I said, that's the wake-up call. So what do you got to do to follow the wake-up call, and what do you got to do to empower yourself to take the steps forward? If you're like me, there's always a quiet little voice that's whispering in your ear about what to do next, and the words that get whispered to me are very sparse, they're very few, and sometimes I feel like they're very far in between, but they're always right on the money. So yesterday I was driving out to Stinson Beach, and I had a question about, okay, what do I need to do next? I was kind of trying to connect to the quiet voice in me, a voice you could call source, you could call it spirit, you could call it higher mind, you can call it God, whatever works for you. And so I asked that question. I mean, really, you could call it a prayer, you could call it a meditation. It's like, what do I need to do next? And the small, quiet voice eventually came to me and said, look and listen. I was like, yeah, and? That's it. That's all you get. Look, look and listen. Okay. I'm going to look and I'm going to listen. So I spent the rest of that drive, the next 45 minutes of that drive, going out to the coast and just kind of looking and listening, paying attention to everything that was around me. I checked in with a client out there. I just wrapped up a remodeling project. That's what I've been doing for much of my life, is I remodel old houses. I fix up houses top to bottom, new foundations, bathrooms, kitchens, additions, that kind of thing. And I had wrapped up this latest project out there. I was just checking with a client briefly. They were very happy with the project. I left it in a good place. And not only that, I'd carved out the next 6 months of my schedule, starting from right now. It's like, I need some time to work on myself. I need time to step out of this role I've been playing as general contractor, guy who remodels old houses. I do it very well, makes for a nice cash flow. But there is this quiet voice that sometimes whispers to me, and just like the quiet voice whispered yesterday, look and listen, the quiet voice has also been whispering to me or hinting to me, or as I pay attention, I'm a guy who sits in front of a video camera like this, or lately I've used this video camera to shoot videos around town about what's been going on with land use planning and what's been going on with growth and building of new buildings in town. But it's been a hobby. And so the quiet voice that's been within me, or I should say maybe the passion that's been wanting to flow through me, is to be a guy who sits in front of a camera like this in a much more intentional, much more to be a guy who supports other people like me who are wanting to move their life up in a level, to go deeper, to follow their passion, to dig in deeper to their source of creativity, dig in deeper to your source of self-expression. And so that's what I'm doing with you here on this camera, in this video, is let's talk about it. Let's work together to each of us develop what is our truth in terms of what it is we really want to express to the world, what it is that we really want to create. As a guy who's going to be 61 years old in 2 months, I mean, maybe I got another 30 or 40 years to come. Maybe I got another 30 or 40 minutes, right? I mean, who knows? But right now, regardless, I can step forth and step into the highest version of myself that I want to create for myself right now, and so can you. And so I want to use our time together here in this video. I want to use our time together to talk about, well, what's it going to take to step it up? And for me, what it's taking is, let me begin to speak what I really want to speak. Let me begin to articulate. Let me begin to be the creative, expressive person that I really am, and quit hiding out on a construction site. So there are 3 pillars to this new chapter of life that I've stepped into. I'm now upping my level in life, and to do that, I've got to change some of the core things I do on a daily basis. And so the 3 pillars to this change are, number 1, clean and sober. For me, that means no wine, and that means no wine, no alcohol, and it also means no marijuana. I got to stay away from those completely and be clean and sober. And so I'd call that my number 1 pillar. And the longer I do that, the more I see what a key foundation stone that is for me in the rest of my life. Number 2 is I've carved out 6 months away from my construction business. Just not taking on any more clients, shut the whole thing down. I'm going to focus on what I'm doing here with you on this video. Truth is, Carol's got a couple honeydews for me to do in the house. I'll shoot videos of that. I probably got 5 or 6 weeks worth of work, but you'll be seeing those on the videos as well in the months to come. And then number 3 is getting into an exercise routine here at the house that sculpts my body and gets me back into the shape that I really want. So if you're in a place in your life where you're ready to take your life to its next level, whatever that means for you, if you're someone who wants to dive deeper into your creativity, your self-expression, you know you've got something more to offer the world than maybe what you've been offering lately, then let's work on this together. Subscribe to my channel. Check back in with me. Let me know in the comments what you're working on in life and what minor or not so insignificant routines you're going to change in your daily habits to begin stepping in to this new chapter of your life. Talk to you guys later.